introduce you to Aunt Ida. We have Sarah Levy with us tonight. Congratulations, and now the chip to your Ida, and also the writer-director of The Monkey, Osgood Perkins. Woo!
We were married in the movie. That's so cute. Hi everybody, thanks for staying. How was the movie? Do you feel better about what's on the news now? Okay, before we start, let's all take it really super seriously that MGM controls James Bond. Even if you're quietly disgusted by that, just be quietly disgusted by it. But be disgusted by it. It's really fucking bad news, guys. It's the end of all things.
Somehow my first question for you, Oz, is kind of a good follow-up to that. And I'm going to borrow the words that you said in our press notes. You said with The Monkey, we really tried for an adorable horror movie. Why did you need an adorable horror movie in your life right now, and why do you think the world needs one?
For me, it was supposed to feel like I felt when I went with my folks and my brother to the Man Chinese Theater and saw Gremlins, right? And had this weird thing. It was like, oh, that was horrifying, and that was really super fun. I really loved that. And it's what Stephen King has always made me feel. It's what Creepshow made me feel. It's what Misery made me feel. And so it was supposed to be in sort of reverence of all that. And yeah, it's dark out there. It's dark. It's super dark out there. And so maybe a little bit of a laugh at darkness is worth a shit.
I've actually never seen Gremlins. Should I not have hit that? It's exciting
Probably watched
when
it on
someone hasn't
Amazon.
seen a classic. Then we all know you're going to get to experience.
Yeah, you get to go watch it on Amazon.
I'll watch it this weekend. Because we were in the other Q&A talking a little bit about the idea of comfort horror movies. Sarah, I am curious because I know you don't watch much of the genre. Is there any horror movie that you can turn to, like maybe not for comfort, but when you want to have a good time?
I think like for me, and maybe it's just because it was like the late 90s, like Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and all those kind of teen horror movies that that were watchable. It's like gory, but not so psychological. Like something like The Strangers for me was just so terrifying that it brings you to tears because it's so scary, because it's such a possibility. It's such a creepy, strange, terrifying possibility. You hear about these stories so to me something like Scream just feels so out of the realm of reality that it's watchable, whereas like Paranormal Activity to me, I'm not even kidding you, I cried. My brother made me watch it. We watched it together. He turned off all the lights and turned up the volume, and I literally cried at the end. So that's
He was
where
like, mission accomplished.
Yes, correct. And as he was laughing. So that's where I fall on the scale of horror.
Oz, does anything scare you?
Oh my God, everything scares me.
Movie-wise.
Oh, scare me. Yeah, I mean, Hereditary I felt really bad in that theater. I was like, this is really well done and all, but fuck. What a bummer, what a drag. Let me get the fuck out of here. Let me go home and do something different. Let me forget all about this. And The Strangers too, one of my best friends, Brian Bertino, made that movie. I hope I never see it again.
Yeah. I can understand that reaction. This, however, I have and will continue to watch over and over again. There's something else that I was not reading in our notes. Tatiana said this to me, and I love the idea. She was basically telling me how you have a knack for surrounding yourself with, and these are her words, and I love them, unique weirdos. I imagine every single person you work with is one of a kind in their own sense, but do you see a shared quality in all of those people that signals to you they are my kind of weird and they will work well in the kind of environment I like to set?
I mean, the people who I've been lucky to work with do what they do with so much affection, right? Like Elijah Wood, he's just the best dude. Like, probably some of you know him, or at least know his personality. He's just like, anything you want, bro, anytime, I'll be there. Like, put me on a plane, I'll be there in 5 minutes, whatever you want. Like, this is amazing, this is awesome, this is great. He's totally that guy. Nick Cage is that guy too, but he's the Nick Cage version of that guy. Everyone just does what they do with such love for what they do. You know, it's like, I don't know if that's not true for everybody. I guess maybe it isn't. Some people are like really toxic fucking sons of bitches. And they're doing well out there. You know what I mean? They own James Bond. Too soon?
I will say, keep building your filmmaking family. I like the people you surround yourself with quite a bit. Sarah, I'll build on that with you now. So you jump into Oz's world on this set. Do you remember the first time you were able to kind of like look around and say to yourself, like, these people are like my kind of weird, and I feel safe doing this stuff with them?
I mean, for me, it even started in the makeup chair with the wonderful special effects makeup. My first test with the women doing that, I knew I felt like, oh, this is good, and this is a really good representation. Generally, you get a sense of like, even the crew you work with, okay, they've been chosen for a reason, and so just from then on, but then stepping actually onto set and looking around and Oz and the direction and the style and everything, it just, that's when you really feel so grateful to be doing what you love and be getting the opportunity to do that, especially in a movie like this, where I thought, like, there's no fucking chance anybody is gonna put me in this movie. There's no chance. Like, no one would see me in this movie. So I'm thrilled and honored and so grateful that people did think, you know what, she'd be a good addition to this.
By the way, also, something important to point out, all these makeup people, they're all 25.
Yeah, they're.
I know.
And the coolest.
They're all like 25, like, oh my god, I'm just here. And they're all great at their thing, but they're fucking 25.
Constantly, I'm like, where'd you get those pants?
Old enough to be their good gigs.
And they're like, oh, it's like vintage, like flea market place. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, like
I wanted to buy that.
Like I'm legit putting no effort into my existence, but it's all working out. I'm 25.
Okay, so we've highlighted your 25-year-old makeup department. I want to jump to production design next, because I was reading about how much detail Danny put into all of these sets. Sarah, I'll throw that question your way first. When it comes to Aunt Ida's home, is there any particular detail that someone might miss on a first viewing, but it caught your eye and it was important to filling out her world?
Oh, man.
It's a hard question. That requires older people to remember things.
Yeah.
The bear is fun, right? The bear with the
Yeah.
glasses is a good time. He's a good hang, that bear.
I think, like, gosh, that's a good question.
It's impossible.
Yeah, that's a.
It's impossible. I will say that the house where Aunt Ida lives, which is where the kids come to live after their mom dies, which is where Uncle Chip lives with Aunt Ida, is empty in reality. In real life, there's nothing in it. It's an old heritage house in Vancouver, right on the border of America and Vancouver. You kind of look over, I'm American. You look over and you're like, fuck. You're in Canada, you're looking over at America, you're like, fuck. See how badly it's going over there. Yeah, so there's nothing in that spot at all. And you get there with your crew and you kind of, everyone stomps around, and there's the person who shows you the place, and you're like, this is the location, it's empty, and we'd love it if you didn't, fuck it up or mess it up. And we're like, well, we're gonna blow people up here, and we're gonna put people on fire here, but we'll totally put it back to how it was. And we did. We filled it with a bunch of cool stuff, and we burned people and shot people with shotguns, and then we left.
It is hard to believe that. That's what I love so much about movie making, when you walk onto a set that feels like it existed. Walking into that house was a house that was, when I walked into it, completely built to be this house, and it felt like it had been there, lived in for years, and that's just a testament to the incredible people that put it together.
It's something else. Every set in this movie is great. Like, one of like the major achievements in my mind, at least, was the monkey throne. Like, I mean, really Bill's whole operation in the end. And I was reading a little bit that some of those parts in it went through an evolution. So, Oz, what would you say is the biggest difference between how you pictured his lair looking at the beginning and what Danny turned out in the end?
It was written in the script as he lived in like an old kind of Maine Victorian house like Stephen King lives in. It was supposed to be like, it was in like Stephen King's house if Stephen King's house was derelict, right? And like some weird dude moved in there with a mullet and a thing, and he moved in, like he's holding court there. And we've tried to find the place, we couldn't find the place. You find a place, oh, I like the place, but you can't park the trucks here. You find a place, you don't like the thing, the neighbors are annoying, you can't, the curfew, you gotta leave by 10 o'clock, we can't shoot there, blah, blah, blah. And then we ended up finding this weird sort of old former telephone company place. And it worked for us because the kind of the reference for Bill was Lex Luthor. Right, like here's a jackass who thinks he's kind of Lex Luthor, and so in the Richard Donner Superman, the great Richard Donner Superman, God bless it, Lex Luthor played by Gene Hackman, best actor in the universe, playing Lex Luthor, has his office like in the sewer, in Metropolis sewer. And so it was sort of that kind of a vibe of like, just move in someplace that's kind of nasty and sort of make it your own, Lex.
Another great set right there. Before I toss it to the audience, I wanted to ask you this one question because for both of you, because I get the vibe that you create this kind of environment on set, and it's one of my favorite things to hear about when someone makes a horror movie. I was talking to a director recently who stressed how happy it made him to see his cast and his crew have so much joy when making this twisted material on set. So for each of you, can you tell me the single moment of making the monkey that brought you the most joy as an artist?
There were so many moments for me. I think just every ounce of every just when you think it's like, okay, I fall through the stairs and then the fish and then the thing and now you're in the bathroom and now you're in the kitchen, and it's just like the moments just kept going on and on for me of like pure joy. Also to think I probably, like, this is such a bucket list thing for me to die a horrible death in a movie. Like that is what every, I think, actor, I hope, aspires to do at some point, I'm sure. So to be able to do it here with him in this movie is like joy personified.
Makes so much sense to me.
I can't remember what I had for lunch today. Honestly, sorry. I don't know. It's all good because you populate your picture with the best people that you can have. And you know, we haven't talked about Theo James, who's just like such a great guy and an easygoing, yeah, he's great. And he isn't like a handsome, pretentious guy, he's like a handsome goofball, you know, which is such a nice thing. And he was so dedicated to what he was doing. You know, he'd show up, we'd try to shoot only one character per day, right? So I tried my best not to have to do both parts on one day, like we tried to map it out. And then the days when he would come and be Hal, he would come to set sort of at the beginning for rehearsal with his coffee, and his kind of like half in makeup, sort of not in his costume yet. But on days when he was Hal, you'd want to be like, hey man, you okay? You feeling pretty good, man? You all right? Is there something I can get you? And on days when he was Bill, it was like, this guy's gonna like lick me or something. Kind of keep my distance. So it's like just like that's just a way of saying that like he was in it in such a playful way that like you felt the character that he was doing on the day, even if we weren't doing it yet. You kind of wanted to stay away from Bill.
Theo and Christian are really
Yeah,
something
they're
else.
good. They're real good.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go firsthand. I saw a shot shoot up there.
Great script. Thanks for the movie. The book, The Monkey Talked, at least through voiceover and communicated a little more in the book. What was the thoughts about making it silent?
I guess I felt in this, those of you who know Stephen King, he sort of like the italics writing is like it's talking, but it's sort of not really talking. It's kind of more like information for the reader to sort of color in what's happening, and I do that in my scripts. I write italics what people are thinking. So I do that for whatever reason. I can't imagine everybody doesn't do it, but they don't do it. In a lot of scripts, you don't see people's thoughts. But I always try to write people's thoughts. So I might have actually gotten that kind of notion from King, because he writes those italicized kind of inserts that sort of say, this is what's happening one level below conscious thought, one level below dialogue. There's this like italics thought. So I guess thanks for pointing that out. I ripped that off. I didn't even know it.
Breaks my heart to do this, but I've been given the sign. Before this gets drowned out by applause, can you all please stay seated?